That's the thing with the gym. You don't put it in the hard work, you don't get the
results. Yeah, so Yo, what's going on today, Twitter? I hope you're all super well. Have a look at this. Like, what? It is actually snowing. Oh, I mean raining. Whoops. This is insane. I think we're supposed to get a lot more snow. You can tell by the clouds, it's very, very dark and grey. But look at that. Like, I've never seen anything like this apart from when I go to the snow in Australia, which is about 3 or 4 hours away. Maybe even more, I'm not sure. But you specifically have to go to a place to see snow. I don't think I've ever seen snow like this just in the street. And I tell you what, it is so cold. Today is Tuesday, which means we get the day off. Probably a good thing because the pitch would probably be snowed over. And in saying that, there's supposed to be more snow, which might mean that in the coming days, training might be off. And Jay and I might have to find a way to do some more training by ourselves just to get that work in. That may mean doing training at home. It may mean trying to find an indoor center. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll be doing our best to continue training. It's freezing cold. I need to get back inside. I think I'm also meeting my Crawley Town under-23s coach today, discussing some stuff with him. He just had a few topics that he wanted to talk with you guys about. So, I need to get inside. I'm just freezing, man. Guys, I just have the biggest brain, like, explosion ever. Well, in a good way, because I think I've just thought of an amazing idea for you guys. Now, as many of you know, I was making game analysis, and then there was some legal problems with it, and I was no longer able to sell those to you guys, which is a massive shame because I know how many of you it helped. The reviews on all of them were amazing. No one said a single bad word. Everything was just so positive. You were learning, you were taking it into your training sessions, and then into your games and improving from it, because I like to analyze football a lot differently to everybody else. When people analyze football, the majority of the time they look at when the person only has the ball. So if you're analyzing David Silva, for example, you'll go to a highlights video and go, oh, okay, look at what he does with the ball. So many people forget about the positioning. So how I did it, I created 3 concepts in each video. You took the 3 concepts into your training, worked on one each week until you felt comfortable with that, then moved on to the next concept. Now, someone sent me a message saying it's a shame about the legal stuff on Instagram, and I'm sitting here thinking, what would be a great idea would be if I created a match analysis of my own match, because trying to learn from someone like David Silva is really good, but I don't think it's as relatable. And on top of that, it might not be my match, it may be one of the matches that you guys send in. So I'm looking to work on that. I haven't organized anything. I literally just came up with the idea a minute ago, and I'm so excited because I want to keep teaching you guys. I want you to keep learning. I want you to keep understanding the game of football, because I think what I'm trying to show you guys is so different to what anyone else is doing. So if you want one of your football matches analyzed by me, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. If you have interest in it, send me an email at sheldon@tweetyfootball.com.au. Just say, hey Sheldon, I'm interested in you analysing my game. It may be a 2-hour session with me. It may be I analyse it, create a video for you, and then send it off. I'm not sure yet. Just register your interest to my email, let me know. And yeah, I'm stoked. I think that's the best way to do it. It's relatable for you guys. You're still learning, and you get to see mistakes as well, because when I was analysing De Bruyne, when I was analysing Neymar and Kante, we don't get to see many mistakes, and I think seeing those mistakes is what helps us learn as players. We just get to say, oh, they did this right, they did this right, they did this right. So let me know your thoughts on that. I think it's pretty sick. I'm stoked, and yeah, I really want to get working on that. It is currently 6:34 p.m. I've not been doing much today at all. My legs are still feeling it, and today's, well, I guess another rest day. I know I had a recovery day on the Sunday, and I'm having another one today, but that's simply because I did the leg session on the Saturday, and I could barely walk on the Sunday. I did a light recovery session. Today we played a 90-minute match yesterday. In saying that, I played about 75, so I'm just relaxing because I got 3 days of big training ahead. So I got to make sure that my body is ready and okay to go for that. Off to the gym to get our session in for the day. What are you working today? Is it just the usual?
It's the usual, mate.
I'm working the usual. I'm doing chest. It is freezing cold. I think it's like minus. It's down to minus.
Look at, it's even like frozen in the blisters in my hands from lifting.
Oh,
that's how cold it is.
There's a chance that we might not train tomorrow because there's going to be a ton of snow overnight. Ideally, like, we hope not, because then that's a session missed for the week.
If we don't train, we can just go to the park anyway and get our own session. So.
Yeah, but that's if it's not snowed over. I'm speaking to the point where it's like 4 inches of snow and you can't even like run. True. So we'll work something out, like I said before.
We can just do another one of those bike sessions, mate.
Oh yay, bike sessions. Anyway, my hands are freezing. I think I'm about to drop the camera.
Show 'em.
So what?
Should we show them the snow? We shouldn't ask for it out here, mate.
Oh yeah, in this freezing cold, you can see the snow.
Talking real quick.
Yeah, I'll be talking real quick, man. Anyway, off to the gym. Here are some of the clips.
Yo, voiceover. So, I pushed it up to 45 kilos today, and man, oh man, is it good to have someone there like Jay. You can see I did 45 times 9, and then in the last set, I did 45 times 10, and that was simply because Jay was spotting me, helping me as well, but he pushed me. He's like, you got one more, you got one more, you got this. And I pushed out that last rep, so I'm stoked with that. Thank you, Jay. These are some dumbbell flies that Jay introduced me to. They were pretty difficult, but you can see 10, 12, 14 kilos. These are both 2 new exercises that I'm doing only recently. I don't want to push myself too hard with them. Once I start to improve and do them more regularly, then I will up the weight. And then obviously finishing with some dips after I was absolutely wrecked. That is a killer session. I could have maybe done some push-ups, but man, maybe next week,
So Jay, you got me trying some new exercises.
Yeah, man.
What did we do? We did dumbbell flies and dumbbell incline.
Yeah.
I've done the dumbbell incline before, but I always did it with a bar.
Yeah, so a barbell incline.
Yeah, and I think the dumbbells is actually pretty good because you really have to keep your balance and like you have to maintain the weight through your arms and everything rather than just, I don't know, just felt harder.
It's good for stability and it's good for keeping both your sides the same strength.
That's what I thought.
Because if you're using a barbell, you can sort of, if you're right-handed, you can cheat with your right hand and push a bit more with the right hand and leave the left hand. So you don't want to be unbalanced.
So yeah, good session. How do you think you went?
I went alright.
You're tired?
Pretty tired now, yeah. We did dips at the end and they kind of burnt us out a bit.
We dipped and then we dipped!
Yeah, it's good. Now I'm going to go get some groceries and cook some tea.
Yeah, we got to be adults now and then go home and then training tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be on at this point, but literally, it can snow down hard, can't it?
Yeah, and it's gotten a lot more snowy out here.
Yeah, it's
in the gym, so.
a little bit scary, so fingers crossed it's on. We'll wait and see what happens. How do you think I went at the gym? What are your thoughts on my exercises, my weights, all of that?
Did well.
Did well?
Yeah.
What can I improve on? Anything in particular?
The only thing that's going to improve is your strength, and that's going to increase with your weight as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a progressive thing. Yeah, it's nothing that you can work on at the moment. Just keep going.
Just put in the hard work.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
That's the thing with the gym. You don't put it in the hard work, you don't get the
the results. Yeah. So we're getting the groceries now. Catch you at home. It's that once in a couple every other episodes where Jay and I actually get to eat together. Now, who has the better meal? I think mine takes a lot more effort. Jay's, look, I think I'd probably swap. But here we got mine. Beautiful butter chicken with lots of vegetables, chicken, brown rice.
microwaved.
Fried. And then we got Jay's with burgers and chips with burger sauce.
Yeah, mate. High protein, low fat, you know. That's how we do.
I think mine's better though.
Probably, yeah.
I like it. I like it. Obviously, my dinner was 10 times better. I mean, we got the taste, we got the veggies. One of the things that I just can't live without is vegetables. It just, my body doesn't feel right. And look, for some people, they might not need them, but for me, I need vegetables. I'm lacking on fruit. I've got a couple of bananas over there that I need to have before training. But like any meal, I just try and fit as many veggies in as possible. It's just personal preference. It makes my body feel very good. Anyway, I've had the day to think about this whole idea of the game analysis stuff. I've got a couple of ideas that I want you to let me know about. So first off, I want to say that the game analysis is a way for you guys to support me. On top of that, you learn as well. But when I said that the game analysis was going down, so many of you said start a GoFundMe, start a Patreon. And for me, going forward, I want to provide you guys some sort of value as well. I've been learning from one of the best coaches, my mentor, who's done coaching courses in Barcelona. He now runs Sabadell. Like, the guy is amazing. His knowledge of football is ridiculous. And so I've been learning from him since I was 16 years old. And it's not like I just analyze games how I want to. I analyze from this guy. So it's like I'm grabbing his knowledge, I'm absorbing it, and now I'm offloading it to you guys because I just think it's too valuable for me to just hold on to. So I feel like this is the best thing to go forward because so many of you guys want to improve, so many of you want to support me, so I put 2 and 2 together, bang. Now obviously you send your emails to sheldon@tweetyfootball.com.au. That email will be in the description as well. For that, I think I'm only going to take a select few players in, so make sure you're serious about it. I still don't know what the cost is. I'll speak with you guys about that in emails. There's a ton of work. Whatever
gets done, there's a lot of work that goes into these game analysis. As you guys know, when I make the Kante analysis, the De Bruyne and the Neymar, it takes me like 6 hours at least to put it all together. So the other idea that I have, which I think is pretty cool, is a webinar where I only let 5 of you guys in. We have a Skype call and I'll put together a game analysis where you guys are able to learn from it. It's basically like the old analysis, but it's live. So the 5 of you that are in there, you can ask questions, you can point things out and learn together. So once that live webinar is finished, it will then go on the website. You guys can buy it, whatever. I feel like having live interaction with one of you, say if someone's there and they said, oh, okay, Sheldon, I understand your point, but why is he moving that way and not that way? Someone else might have that exact same question and you can benefit from it as well. So I think that webinar idea is really cool. I don't want to have more than 5 because I want to keep it pretty personal. More than 5, it's like overloaded and it's just too many people, but I'd love to do that like once a week. That would be absolutely sick. Let me know if you're interested in that in the emails. I just thought I'd clear that up. I think it's an interesting idea and I'm happy with the way it's going. I'm not a massive fan of a GoFundMe because I want to give you guys value. I want to teach you. I want to pass on my knowledge that I've received. And I feel like so many of you are on this journey as well and are looking to improve your game. Now on top of that, I'm also looking into t-shirts and stuff like that. I want to create like a Team Tweedy logo, but we'll sort something out. I think a Team Tweedy like training top, not just a t-shirt, a training top that you guys can go out and train with. It's almost like when you put that top on, you know it's work time. That's the kind of vibe that I want to bring to it. It's not like just a top that you put on, you're like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. It's like when that top's on, you're focused, you're going. It's like forget everything else, forget the excuses, work hard. That's about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, send me your emails. But anyway, Team Tweedy, I'm signing out. Make sure you leave a like and share, subscribe if you enjoyed the journey, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.